Welcome to Yoga Tip Tuesday. Today we are going to do a simple breathing exercise, or pranayama, to boost your immune system. Now, pranayama is a very effective way to reduce stress and anxiety in your body and mind. And as we already know, stress and anxiety have a tremendous impact on our immune system, and it is not a positive impact. In fact, high and consistent levels of stress lower the body's resistance to colds and other infections. Thankfully, our yoga practice has our back and helps us reduce stress and anxiety. That is, if we practice it regularly. Today, we are going to focus on the breath as a means to reducing stress, but if you are interested in a movement practice, I encourage you to check out the class in the video library entitled Support Your Immune System. This particular class provides a variety of movements that are specific to your health and your well-being and supporting and strengthening your immune system. Okay, let's talk about pranayama. Prana means life force and yama means to extend or draw out. So in essence, pranayama means breath extension or breath control. Why is this important? Because breathing is life. It's the first thing and the last thing we do in our lives. It's the one constant thing we all have. And without breath, there is no life. So breathing practices like the one we are going to practice today help us free and expand the breath into our bodies. In our daily lives, we experience stress and tension and physical habits that can affect the quality of our breath. As a result, our breath may become shallow or restricted. And guess what? Shallow and restricted breathing can actually create more stress in the body and reduce white blood cells, which are needed to fight off illness. Not only that, shallow and restricted breathing increases anxiety and fatigue. So let's put an end to that and work on taking longer, deeper breaths, starting today. Our health depends on it. The pranayama we are going to do today is simple. You can do it anywhere, at any time, at home before work, during lunch, before you go to bed, whenever. And if you can, do the breathing practice that we're going to do today daily and for at least 2 minutes, and gradually increase your time with this breathing practice to 5 to 10 minutes. However, the important thing is that you just do it. So if you only have a minute, that is just fine. And just commit to every day breathing more consciously and more fully. Okay, let's breathe together. Now, you can sit in any position. You can also be on your back, and you can also sit in a chair to do this breathing practice. So wherever you choose to be, wherever you're most comfortable, let's make our way there. I'm going to do this breathing practice on my back. If that sounds good to you, join me there. Or you can stay in a cross-legged position or sit in a chair. If you choose to sit in a chair, make sure your feet are firmly planted on the ground. And if you are choosing to lie on your back, we're also going to have our feet on the ground. Now, one way you can do that is to have your feet go wide and to drop your knees together, and this gives your low back a little bit more support. But feel free to have your feet hip distance apart and parallel to each other as well. Place your right hand on your belly or both hands. If you choose just your right hand, your left hand can go to your heart. It can be by your sides. You can also just stack both hands right onto your belly. We're going to let our eyes close here. And whatever position you've chosen in this moment, just make your way into as comfortable as can be. Make your way into a comfortable position. Drop the shoulders. Drop the back body into the floor if you're on the floor. If you're seated, drop the weight of your sit bones down into the earth. Drop the shoulders away from the ears. So always when we come to our breathing practice, we come into a centered place first. We begin there, just like we're doing now, where we close our eyes, we relax the body, we feel the position that we're in, and then we surrender into that position. So wherever you are, if you're seated on the floor, in a chair, or lying down, let your body release into the position you've chosen. Release towards the ground, into the chair, whatever it may be. And then begin to bring your awareness to your breath. And there's nothing you need to change here. You're just noticing your breath. We're not practicing a specific pranayama exercise just yet. There's no control of the breath in this moment. You're simply noticing your breath. And this time that you take right now to notice your breath is really powerful. This was just the one thing you did every day was just take a moment to notice your breath, it will automatically begin to shift for you and automatically become more conscious and aware of your breath. So notice what it feels like to draw your attention to your breath and to have that be your focus right now. The only thing that matters right now is feeling and being aware of your breath. So the pranayama that we are going to practice today, and again, pranayama is about controlling or extending your breath, and there's several different pranayama exercises that you can do. Today we're going to do what's called belly breathing. So we have our hands on our belly as a cue for us, and as we breathe, to notice that the breath is moving there versus the chest or the rib cage, and to see how much we can expand into our belly. So we're going to use our hands as a cue. As you become more comfortable with this, you can have your hands by your sides instead. So the first thing that you're going to do is just simply breathe into your hands. See if you can draw the breath down into the body, expand the belly, and then as you exhale, draw the belly. It's a bit of a contraction here in your abdomen. You're drawing the belly down, drawing belly button towards the spine and releasing the breath. And then we begin again. We expand the belly, inhale, and you'll feel the hands rising as you breathe into the belly. Then as you exhale, the hands will release back down as the belly button travels back down towards the spine. And we're going to stay like this for a few rounds. Inhaling and exhaling. The intention here is to go slow and to actually control your breath. That's the pranayama here. So you're controlling the inhale. You're inhaling, or controlling both sides of the breath, but you're inhaling, expanding the breath, and then as you exhale, you're controlling that exhale, drawing that breath out slowly, drawing the belly button down towards the spine, really pressing out all the air. And then you begin again. The cycle begins again. You breathe in, and you breathe out. That's the exercise. That's all you need to do. It's that simple. And already begin to feel in these few moments that we've been breathing together that the eyebrows are less furrowed. They're less furrowed. The mind is less busy. The body is in a more relaxed state. And the changes might be big or they might be subtle. Just seeing what you can feel into what has shifted for you. And you may not notice the full shift until you rise, until the end of your breathing practice. Just trusting that a transformation is underway here with each breath. You are letting stress go. The stress that lingers in the mind, the stress that lingers in the body, you're letting it go breath by breath by breath. Let's do one more breath together. Inhale. And let it go. Come back to a natural breath. If you're lying down, you'll slowly roll over to your side. Very gently press yourself up to a seat. And just take a pause in your seat with your eyes closed and just notice how you feel. And then you'll open up your eyes and move into the rest of your day. So when you practice pranayama, you are giving your breath the opportunity to do what it does best, which is give life, to shift your state of mind and state of being. So come to this practice often, every day if you can. Spend at least 2 minutes here just breathing into your belly, on your back, seated, however, and feel stress and anxiety begin to leave the body. I hope this serves you well, and I look forward to seeing you next time. Namaste.